Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Coaching Uncovered podcast. My name is Chris Berry, and I'm going to be your host for today. Joining us, we have Loris Cacchione. Loris, how are you doing today?
Hey, thanks for having me, Chris. I'm doing great. What about you?
I'm doing amazing, enjoying my Tuesday morning, and excited to chat with you about coaching businesses and way to improve and stuff you've gone through.
Same
Before
here.
we do that, though, yeah, absolutely. Before we do that, I'm curious, just so everyone is either listening or watching can understand. Can you fill us all in kind of what you do, what you help people with?
Absolutely. So to make it very simple, I'm a LinkedIn coach. The specificity of my coaching is I focus on signing clients on LinkedIn. I don't help my clients to get likes or impressions. I'm teaching my clients how to actually sign clients on LinkedIn. So it goes from where to find them, how to reach out to them, how to build your profile and your content strategy to support your lead generation efforts. So yeah, basically I teach my clients how to book sales calls and sign clients on LinkedIn.
Okay, cool. And what made you get into this space in the beginning?
Interesting story. Actually, I was working for a company, a real estate company. I was their head of marketing. I've worked for them since like the beginning of my career. I was an SDR, cold phone outreach, and I climbed the ladder, became a manager, and then moved on to the marketing aspect of it because I wanted to be in charge of more strategic aspects. And I actually tried to push LinkedIn for them for a couple of years because to me, selling is all about building relationship, building trust. And that's something to me, LinkedIn is the best platform for that because it's actually centered around high value content and relationships, interactions, conversations. So a perfect place to build a sales pipeline. And I tried to push it in for my former employer. And after like probably 2 years of them not really listening to it, like, yeah, it sounds fun, but we don't really want to spend time and energy and money on this right now. So after a couple of years, I was like, you know what? If you're not going to do it, I freakingly believe in this. So I'm going to do it myself and I'm going to help. If you don't want that help, I'm going to help others to like break through and leverage LinkedIn to create the life they want for themselves.
Okay. And so you went ahead, you made the transition. Was that still while you were working with that company, or did you leave that company at that point to focus on this full time?
I started very like the first steps. I was still employed in that company, but pretty fast I just quit it, dropped my job, and to focus 100% on my new LinkedIn business because I have ADHD. I can like be all over the place, and I felt like if I wanted this to work, I needed to put my 100% of my attention, focus, energy on that. So yeah, I quit my job last summer and started the program in last fall. Probably, I needed like 2 to 3 months to like get things ready and even like hone my skills and be prepared and be ready. And so yeah, last year was a big moment for me because that was that
Yeah.
jump. Quit my job, started my business, and started helping people on LinkedIn. So that's where I'm at right now.
Yeah. Amazing. So corporate realizing the power of it, they're like, you're like, come on, and so you finally made the jump. You're doing it yourself over the past, because I think you said what it's been since obviously end of last year now. What have been some of the highlights or your favorite parts of having this business? And then what would you say have been some of the biggest challenges for you?
Mm, the best part is the people I've met. Um, Probably the fact that I'm meeting so many people and helping so many people
Yeah.
because that's my focus on LinkedIn. Even like if you're not a client, I will still help in the DMs, in the comments. Like that's my focus point. So I'm super happy to help more people. I connected with amazing people all around the world. That's something I freaking love too. I got clients now in UK, Costa Rica, Hawaii, US.
Mhm.
That's freaking fun. I love that.
Yeah.
And if I had to pinpoint one highlight, I would say it's when my first client, we just finished the program, and the week after the program, she signed 3 clients. And she
Wow.
had never signed a client on LinkedIn before. And
Okay.
that was like, to me, that was like a turning point. Like, okay, what I do works. I really helped her, and she actually got some new clients from that.
Mhm.
That was climax number one, probably.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, and the biggest challenge, I'd say, it's juggling everything, because right now
Mm.
I'm a one-man band. I don't have any help, even AI agents or VAs, stuff like that. For now, I'm alone. And it's hard to do everything, to create content, to think about the strategy, to like build a website, everything you need to do on yourself. So probably lack of time and juggling everything at once is probably the biggest challenge right now. Um,
Got it.
Finding the right tools, that's something underrated too. Finding the right tools to help you with your business was a challenge, but I love tools, so I'm pretty good with it.
Mhm.
But right now, yeah, juggling everything at once is probably the biggest challenge I have.
Understood. So going from, obviously we've talked about the favorite part, we've talked about the most challenging parts, and all of that. Now, one of the biggest, and I'll say biggest challenges for most coaches out there is the aspect of lead generation. Now, for you, obviously that's like your bread and butter in regards to, getting clients and leads and everything from LinkedIn. Is that your primary medium, or are there also other mediums that you're using to generate leads for your business as of right now?
No, right now I'm only focusing on LinkedIn.
Mhm.
That's a good question, because I'm starting to wondering what are the next steps. Because obviously, I want short term, mid term, long term. I'm not sure yet, but I want a website. I want to use other social channels. I should be on like Instagram, Threads. If I can avoid X, I'll avoid it. But yeah, basically, I would like to have different channels. I think it's a good system, but at the moment, right now, I'm only focusing on LinkedIn because I want to do it right before expanding. I want to get
Yeah.
this stabilized. So yeah.
Yeah, makes sense. And I was curious about it earlier, but now, especially that we're in this point, kind of talking about the lead generation side of things, the focus on LinkedIn and kind of that entire process. You don't have to give away every single small little detail, but at an overarching level, kind of what are the things that you walk your clients through that help them generate these leads that then turn into clients on LinkedIn?
So to me, there are a lot more details that go into it. The program in itself is about, it's depending on where you at, it's between 6 to 10 weeks. So there are a lot of things we cover. But if I had to sum it up, to me, signing clients on LinkedIn comes with like kind of, there's a trifecta: the profile, the content, and the outreach.
Mm,
Because obviously everybody knows, to sign clients, you need to book sales calls. To book sales calls, you need to be in conversations. To be in conversations, you need to start sending those DMs, basically. And a lot of programs, coaching programs on LinkedIn, stop there because that's the pivotal aspect of it. Yeah, that's the one thing you need to learn, and that makes
yeah.
sense. But to me, like, I didn't stop there, because to me, your audience and your leads aren't going to stop there. Once you start sending those DMs, they're going to check your profile, they're going to check your content, and you want them to support your efforts. If you send a perfect icebreaker, but your profile is weak, you're not getting the results you're going to want. So to me, it's about creating a profile that attracts and converts your clients, turn your profile into a landing page, create valuable content to support your efforts, and then send those DMs, and craft a DM strategy, a sell by DM kind of approach. So that would be it. Obviously, there's more that go into it. Engagement is
Of course.
important. Like, there are a ton of stuff, but if I had
Yeah.
to like give you 3 takeaways, that would be those.
Yeah. Well, one of the things, because there's the three different ways to generate leads. You have paid ads, you have content, and then you have outreach. And when people are doing outreach, obviously you're pairing the outreach with content, to kind of the content to nurture the outreach, to kind of get the people and all that stuff. On outreach perspective, of a lot of coaches, feel slimy. They don't know what to say, or you have like that side of things, or you have coaches that just like blindlessly pitch themselves like, oh, I don't care. Like, hey, you want to buy this? You want to buy that? Right. What do you recommend for coaches when it comes to sending that initial outreach message that doesn't come across too salesy, or maybe is it something a direct sales message performs best? What have you found to work best inside of the, like those outreach messages, would you say?
So there are like several options there. Even I'm getting pitched all day long on LinkedIn. So there is a lot of slap pitching out there. I absolutely don't recommend it. You can be a straight shooter and talk about your offer right off the bat, but you need to do it smartly.
Mm.
It doesn't have to be, hey, buy my stuff, buy my stuff, buy my stuff, buy my. That doesn't work. It's
Yeah.
2025, guys. But you can be like, hey, I'm running a LinkedIn coaching program where I teach people how to sign clients on LinkedIn in just a few weeks. Would that be something you could be interested in? That's a more elegant, let's say, human way to pitch your offer. To me, I have a different approach. This one is perfectly fine, but my approach is a bit different. I always try to deliver value upfront
Mm.
because I want to build trust and showcase my expertise even before pitching.
Yeah.
So usually my first message is a free resource offer. I'm not pitching my offer. Hey, Chris, I noticed you follow Jasmine LH2. Let's pick an easy one. Wondered if you were interested in working on your lead generation these days. I just created a short video training about LinkedIn lead generation. Want me to send it your way? It's on me. I'll do like a little it's on me wink wink just to have a little taste of humor here and be more friendly. But yeah,
Yeah.
basically, I'm giving you something,
Mm.
something that's truly helpful and valuable. Because I
Mm.
do that, I build trust with you, and I position myself as an expert who can help you with your challenge, in this case, lead generation, so that either you're gonna jump into the conversation and we're gonna book a sales call, or even if you're not ready right now, in your head, I give myself more chances to stay top of mind for you and to be the go-to guy you're gonna call the day you need lead generation help, because you're gonna remember that dude who didn't ask you for anything and just sent you a great, valuable resource. So yeah,
Mm.
I'm trying to like walk the walk, not just talk the talk. I'm talking about building trust,
Yeah.
building relationships, helping others. So that's reflected in my outreach strategy too.
Understood. So it's primarily based around obviously finding first identifying who do we want to reach out to, reaching out to them and saying, hey,
Absolutely.
some sort of sense of commonality of, hey, I saw that you follow or you're connected with this person, you're in this group, whatever it is, some sense of commonality. Are you looking to some sort of question? Hey, are you looking to grow your lead generation? Hey, are you looking to get more clients? Are you looking for this? Some sort of question. Say, I just put together a free training and thought it would be helpful for you. It's on me, right? Adding the bit of humor so that people are like, oh yeah, it's not just like the cut, dry, bland stuff that maybe everybody else is doing. So it kind of makes you stand out a little more.
Absolutely.
And then offering that thing to them of like, hey, here it is. Do you typically go ahead and wait for their prompt or response back, or are you just immediately sending the link? Would you say? And is this in the connection request, or is this after you've been connected normally?
So it is a connection request.
Okay.
I don't send an empty connection request because
Mm.
I feel it can be misleading. That's how I feel myself. Like if I get an empty connection request, I accept the connection. As soon as I accept it, I get pitch slapped in the DMs. Then you just misled me, and you should have put that in the connection request. So that's
Yeah.
how I approach it. And I absolutely don't send them the resource before they answer. What I want
Mm.
here is not only building trust and authority, but also I want a yes. I want to. The goal here is also to get that first small yes, because that sets the relationship in the right direction. So I want
Mm.
you to tell me, yes, Loris, I want you to send me that video because now we're talking, now we can like interact. I can dig deeper, ask questions. Because if I just send the video in my first message, you don't even have to answer, and you can just ghost me, and I'll never know if you like need the video, want to talk about it, stuff like
Yeah.
that. So no, I'm gonna offer to send it, but I'm not sending it before you accept it.
Cool. I like it. Well, I know that as it's crazy that it's already been what 15, 20 minutes or something like that. Time starts to go by fast as you're talking. One of the biggest things, I should say, the questions I really enjoy asking is knowing what you know now, right? If you were to go ahead and take everything and then talk back to you when you just got started, right? When you first went ahead and decided, I'm going to help people on the side. Hey, I'm going to first make this jump. What piece of advice would you give to yourself knowing what you know now?
Do it earlier.
Okay.
Don't wait.
Yeah.
I've been looking at LinkedIn, lurking in the shadows for years, and I was like, oh, I'd love to be on there and put myself out there and share my story and stuff like that. But doubts, fears, self-limiting beliefs, stuff like that, kept me from doing it. And last summer was like, okay, fuck it, let's jump and do it. And it's the best decision I've made. So the one thing I would say first is do it earlier, really do it 5 years ago. And then just embrace the journey. Like we all start dreaming of the end goal, the destination. Like I'm doing this because I want to like make that amount of money or help that amount of people. That won't happen overnight. So focus on the journey, enjoy the grind, the hustle, creating content on a daily basis, dropping some comments, enjoy the platform, make it a game for you. So yeah, if I had to sum it up, start earlier and focus on the journey and embrace the journey.
Yeah. I like it. So as we begin to go ahead and wrap up, I mean, there's so many things I could probably keep talking to you for hours. Like, oh, wait, what about this? What do you do for this? Oh, what's this? What's that? I literally have like a bunch of questions here that I didn't get to, but I was curious to hear about kind of your approach and everything. For anybody who has either been watching or listening to this and they really either resonated with you and your message, or maybe they're like, hey, I really feel that my online presence, that my lead generation strategy needs to include LinkedIn because that's where my ideal clients are. I just don't know what to do. And they want to connect with you to either understand more about your system and possibly work with you. What's the best way for them to get in communication with you?
Best way would be a DM on LinkedIn. That's the easiest one. An email can work too. I just created a Notion website ish, an easy one on Notion. So that could be it too, but basically it links back to my LinkedIn or email. So right now I would say LinkedIn first. Send me a DM. I'm always happy to like chat in the DMs, and we can book a video meeting to connect and connect on a deeper level than just DMs. Or an email could work too.
Yeah. Okay. Amazing. Well, Loris, it was great having you on. It was super cool and interesting to hear the entire flow and process. And I look forward to being in touch more soon.
Thank you so much for having me. It was a great experience too, and looking forward to connect again.
Likewise. Thank you. If you guys like this video, make sure to go ahead and like and subscribe. And if you'd also like to watch another episode to see how you can continue to grow your coaching business, go ahead and click right here.